Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to share my story of how I lost 31 pounds in just 4 months on the carnivore diet. 31 pounds. I'm pretty sure 1 pound of fat is like equivalent to a size of a grapefruit or a size of a softball, which is insane. So I lost 31 pounds in just 4 months. I'm not going to say 31 pounds of fat. I'm sure there's water weight in there as well, but I still think that's pretty significant. No crazy workouts, no complicated meal plans, just very simple system that actually worked for me. If you ever struggled with weight loss or felt stuck, I think this is going to be the video for you. So just for quick context, I am 5'10" and a half. I like to put that half there and make myself feel better. And I decided to go with the carnivore diet because for me, I wanted something that was going to work for me long term, something simple, something, very sustainable, and that's what works for me. I'm not going to say that it was going to work for everybody, but for me, this is what, was the easiest. And the reason why I say that is because it allows me to, it's literally, I take some ground beef, I throw it in the pan, I'm good to go. Especially with my lifestyle, I'm just on the go all the time, and I just don't have the time to, have all these different things to count and track and whatever. I can go on and on about the other benefits that I found by doing this diet, but I'm not going to get too deep in the weeds for this video. I might do that for the next one. But yeah, so we're going with the carnivore diet, okay? Now, how did I do it? How did I actually lose the weight? There's a lot of stuff online. Well, the first thing I did was I downloaded this free app on my phone. It's called MyFitnessPal. I've been doing this for years. I used to do bodybuilding back in the day, and I did the same thing. And I was on a different diet. I've tried all kinds of different diets in the past, but I always used MyFitnessPal to track my calories. So when I got the app, I downloaded the app, right? I typed in all my stats. It's going to ask you your height, your weight, your age, your activity level, and it's going to give you a calorie goal based on the goals that you're looking to achieve, right? Mine was weight loss. Mine was fat loss. So after typing in all of my stats, it shot me out a number, and it was 1,800 calories. And I was looking to lose about 2 pounds per week. I wouldn't do anything over that. I think that's pretty detrimental and, pretty stressful on the body. I think 2 pounds is even, probably stressful on the body as well. But I was looking to really get in a deficit there and lose the body fat as quick as possible. So I aim for the 2 pounds. You can aim for a little bit slower. You can go 1 to 2 pounds is going to be good. But this was key because, instead of guessing, right, there's a lot of, carnivore influencers out there that are going to say, or not even carnivore influencers, there's a lot of people, other diet influencers out there that will say, you don't have to track calories if you do this kind of diet. Well, here's the thing. This is key for me personally because, instead of playing the guessing game, I had an exact number to aim for. Weight loss is always about being in a caloric deficit. So no matter what diet it is, it could be carnivore, it could be, low fat, high carb, high protein, whatever diet it is, it's going to come down to the caloric deficit. And carnivore just made it easier for me to stay full and not crave the junk food because, it's higher in protein. So the satiety effect is going to be there. So now let's talk about food. Like I said, I kept it pretty simple. I went 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Could I have 2? Maybe. But I just wanted to keep that, consistency going. And I wanted to, provide my body with nutrients, every few hours. I feel like if I was to cram in 1 or 2 meals with that amount of calories, I think that does, a lot to your digestive system. So I wanted to break it up into 3, and, that worked for me. Now, almost every meal was 90-10 ground beef, because, the leaner source of beef gives me more of a protein per calorie. So when it comes to macros, I feel like the leaner stuff it's better. It's better because it's higher in protein, intentionally to make sure that I maintain muscle mass while I'm losing the body fat. And that's what I want to do. Also, there's all kinds of benefits of just having a higher protein diet that I won't dive deep into with this particular video. But there's a lot of good things about it. When you prioritize protein, it's going to keep you satisfied, it's going to keep you full, and it's going to help maintain that muscle mass while you're losing body fat. Your body needs that protein. Also, the leaner cuts of beef actually have more potassium in the leaner cuts of beef, and the leaner ground beef as well. There's more potassium in there, so that's another plus, especially on a caloric deficit. Now, as far as recipes go and stuff like that, no, I just kept it simple. Seriously, like no sauces. It was just beef, salt. Sometimes I threw some eggs in, just because beef it can get expensive. So to get the extra calories and not have to dive deep into my pocket, eggs are a cheaper source of animal protein that you can kind of throw on the side as a side dish to your beef. I salted my food pretty generously, kept my electrolytes in balance, drank plenty of water throughout the day. I'm talking a lot of water. You're going to be wanting to drink a lot of water because your body is flushing out water. You need to replace it. And not only that, to help kind of with the fat burning process, your body wants that water to get rid of the toxins and stuff like that. And just the more protein you eat, the more water you're going to need to drink as well. As far as my salt goes, I am weighing it just to make sure that I'm getting enough. And also, salt, it's not going to play a role in your body composition. There's no calories to it. But I just want a better insight at how much I'm actually using. Now, if I want more, I'll have a little bit more, but I like to track it just for my own sake. And also, something that might surprise you is, guys, I didn't do any intense workouts during this cut. During this 31-pound weight loss cut, I didn't do any workouts. I wanted to keep the stress as low as possible. The deficit is already doing, a lot of stress on my body to begin with. I mean, that's a lot of weight to lose, and that's a pretty significant deficit for me. So, I didn't want any more stress on the body. I already have a good amount of muscle mass on me from previous, years of lifting, about 14 years I have. So, I wasn't really worried about losing, just a little bit maybe. You're always going to lose maybe a little bit of muscle mass when you're on a diet like this. But, I kept my protein high. So, yeah, that might surprise you guys, but I didn't do any intense workouts, nothing. All I did was I got my steps in. I picked up Uber Eats delivery on the side, and that helped me get my steps in there. And so I avoided the gym and just focused on moving more throughout the day. And honestly, the job helped me with that a lot, the Uber Eats deliveries. And naturally, I just wanted to walk more, The light daily activity added up without putting the stress on my body. And I got my rest at night and stuff like that. So, yeah, pretty simple, like very minimalist. Now, over the 4 months, the consistency obviously paid off. The more consistent you are, the better it's going to go for you. I dropped 31 pounds. I wasn't starving myself. I wasn't killing myself in the gym. I just stuck to the plan. I stayed consistent, and my energy went up. My digestion improved, and I felt way more clear-headed. Now, in the beginning, when you first start a diet, it's a little bit of a shock to the body. You don't have all those calories coming in. So you're not going to feel so great in the first couple weeks until your body adjusts. So you got to give it some time, and then eventually you'll start feeling a lot better. But this just goes to show you guys that you don't need a fancy program. You just need some discipline, you need a plan, and you need foods that are going to keep you full and satisfied so that you are not cheating on your diet. This is not going to be forever, guys, all right? This is to get you down to your goal, and then after that, obviously your calories are going to come up to maintenance, and you'll have a little bit more wiggle room to play around. But it is a lot harder to gain that body fat right away when you're in a lean state, right? So that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to lose the body fat. We're looking to get lean. We're looking to get shredded. We're looking to get healthy. Obviously, the leaner you are, the less body fat you have. I'm not saying zero body fat, but the more weight you lose and the less body fat you have, insulin sensitivity improves, leptin resistance. If you had that goes away. That improves. Any risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cardiovascular disease, all that kind of stuff, guys, it starts to decrease, right? So this is why it's so important to get in shape, so we can get you out of the hospital, right? So anyways, guys, that's pretty much why I wanted to step on. I wanted to just tell you guys the simple way of me losing weight. I know there's a lot of ways out there that people are preaching, but when it all comes down to it, guys, every single diet, it all branches from a caloric deficit. The law of thermodynamics never changes. No one's above the law. And so if you're on the carnivore diet and you find that you're struggling and you feel like you've tried everything, and let me just say, if you haven't tried tracking your calories, actually tracking your calories, going out there, buying a food scale, getting on that MyFitnessPal app or whatever calorie counter you can find, and really sitting down and doing the math and staying consistent like that on a daily basis, give that a try, okay? And I promise you, I want to just guarantee you 100% that it's going to work. You're going to be in that caloric deficit that you need to be in. And if you're not losing the weight in your caloric deficit, you simply probably are just not in the deficit that you need to be in. Maybe you need to knock it down another 100 calories or whatever. So play around with it and see what works. But that is my 31-pound carnivore weight loss story. If you're thinking about trying the carnivore diet, or you just want a simple way to cut fat without overcomplicating things, hopefully this helps, guys. I know there's a lot of information out there, but please drop a comment if you tried the carnivore, or you're thinking about it, or make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to follow along with my journey. I still got some time to go. I'm looking for, I weighed in at 167 pounds, dropped down from 198. And I'm looking for that 163, but we're just going to keep going until, I feel like I'm where I want to be, okay? So keep following along the journey, and make sure to hit that subscribe and like button if you like the video. And until next time, guys, Freddy's Gym, we out. Peace.